I think I can confidently say that I'm one of the happiest people on the face of the planet, and that's simply because I use positivity in my everyday life. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of the factors of positivity, like one part inside positivity, which is really going to help you become more positive throughout life, and that in turn is going to help you just become happy throughout everything. So, that thing is your environment. If you're around negative people all the time, you're going to become negative. So you have to be around positive people all the time to become positive. That's like one of the main things about positivity, and that's exactly why I created social media of positivity. It's literally a place where you can find a ton of positive people. But I'm not gonna do the plug right now. I'm doing it later. So let's back to the point. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I realized that he was starting to become more negative. Like throughout his interactions with me, I just felt like negativity coming from him to me. So I was like, where is this negativity coming from? Because like just 1 week ago, it wasn't there. So I just thought to myself, why don't I just ask him? Because if I get this problem solved, I'll literally be able to change his life if it's that important to him. Like if it's something that's going to become way bigger and going to just make him more negative throughout the entirety of his life, I'm basically gonna change his life just by asking him what's making him more negative. So when I asked him the question, me and my friend got him in a call and they were like, do you think you're being more negative? And why is that? He told me that he feels like in his house, his family is just negative overall. Like the people around him, his environment is just negative overall. And that negativity goes onto him. It basically latches onto him. I don't know if you know what emotional contagion is, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Emotional contagion is basically when emotions are contagious, literally from the name. It basically means like if you're feeling negative about something and someone else is feeling positive about something else, his emotion is going to latch onto yours. And it's always stronger when there's multiple people feeling the same emotion. For example, if you're watching a YouTube video and you're like, yeah, this YouTube video is pretty good, but then you look at the comments and everybody's hating on the YouTube video, automatically your mind is going to want to join that group of people. Because since the days of the cavemen, we've always been wanting to be in tribes. We've always wanted to have a group of people who's just like us. That's just something that makes us more stable. Because you know how you're always more like you're always less stressed when you're around your friends. If you're entering an exam and you know that's really stressful, if you're with your friends, it's always less stressful. And when you're in the gym, you always do better when your friends are around you. That's simply because humans function better when they're in groups. So people always have a feeling, have the urge to enter that kind of group. So when you watch a YouTube video, for example, and you really like the YouTube video, but then you look at the comments and like every single person is disagreeing with you, every single person is hating on the YouTube video, calling out points inside the YouTube video where it wasn't good, you're going to look at those points and you're going to want to join that group. Eventually, you're going to join that group too, and you're going to have a negative perspective on the YouTube video as well. So your environment completely changes you. Like it completely dictates your state of mind. So it plays a big role in positivity. Because if that environment isn't positive, therefore your state of mind wouldn't be positive. And this is where I'm gonna plug. Social media of positivity. It's basically an online community where I thought to myself, if I can't find a place where a ton of positive people can bond together and basically just talk to each other so that they're not negative, but instead emotional contagion works its way through positivity to everyone else inside the group. I thought to myself, where can I find that group? And I really just couldn't find the group where it just said for positive people, right? So I decided to make it myself. That's why I basically called it the social media, like the place where everybody can be social on the internet, but for positivity. It's just $50 and it's in the link in my bio, it's in the link in my description. I really think it'll be perfect if you really want to take this seriously. Anyways, back to positivity. Another really important point that also dictates how positive you're going to be is you being conscious. Like if you're conscious about what's happening to you and what you're doing and what's gonna do in the future, you're going to know when you're going to be negative and when you're feeling negative in the first place. For example, I was just with a group of my friends and like something happened. We were just playing video games, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't be playing video games." And like a bunch of thoughts collided in my head, and I just basically went into a deep spiral of negativity throughout my entire head. So I just closed the call with them. I thought to myself, "Why am I feeling negative?" I was conscious about the fact that I was negative, so I was like, "Why am I feeling negative right now?" I addressed the fact that I was feeling negative, and then I asked myself, "Why am I feeling negative?" And then I realized I was feeling negative because I felt like I was doing something that was wrong, yet I was still going against it just because I wanted to do it. Basically, not going with your ideals and beliefs just because you feel like you want to do something. Like it's like losing you to your mind. So I admitted the fact that I was pissed off about that. there's like 4 steps or like 3 steps. I'll make sure when I'm going through them right now. First is realizing you're negative in the first place. Asking yourself why you're negative. After uncovering the reason why you're negative, then you tell yourself, yeah, I'm negative because of that, and that pisses me off right now. Then you tell yourself, but I'm not going to let that piss me off for the rest of my day. I'm going to look at something positive. And that's how you develop the positive mindset. That's how you develop the mindset that will start making you happy throughout your everyday life. It's simply by addressing the fact that you're negative, and asking yourself why you're negative, and then admitting to the fact that that thing made you mad or made you pissed off, then telling yourself, I will not let that piss me off for the rest of my day. And that's literally therapy, but that's therapy for you, and that's therapy that's permanent. The reason I don't believe in therapy, yes, it kind of works the same way as positivity and all of that, but it's not permanent. Like, you have to go to your therapist consistently until you stop feeling negativity, or until the thing that's making you feel negative stops. So you keep just paying him money, paying him money, paying him money, and he basically controls your state of mind. But what if that therapist isn't there? What if one day you have a session with him and that therapist isn't there, and you don't know how to control your emotions? You're cooked. You can't do anything because you don't have the person that used to control those emotions for you. Positivity basically means that you're going to have a person, yourself. You're going to have yourself always there for you, so that you can control those emotions and turn them into positive emotions. So instead of your graph of life looking like positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, it's instead going to be just positive. Of course, there's going to be times where you can't control the flood of emotion, the flood of negative emotions that's going to come over you. For example, if something traumatic happens to you, like a family member really close to you dying, if something like that happens, you're going to have to feel negative about that time. And you're going to have to admit to the fact, I'm feeling really, really, really mad and really, really, really pissed off right now, and I can't control it. You're going to have to let out those emotions. Just like a person does in therapy, you're going to have to let out those emotions. Then, after like being pissed off for a good bit of time, you'll think to yourself, I won't let this ruin the rest of my life. Something happened. He's now in a better place. He's now in a better place, and I can continue on living. Just having that image in my mind. That's it. Then you're gonna. The point that you have to hold in mind is that things are always going to get better. You know this. This is something basic that literally everyone in the world knows. The world is going to get better. The fact that that traumatic event happens probably means that that's the worst time in your life. That's the worst period that you're going to experience emotion in your entire life. So just know that it will get better. Something that everyone knows. And have that thought in your mind. Because having a belief in your mind always changes your entire outcome in the end. Guys, like I told you in the beginning of the video, your environment controls the entirety of your state of mind. If you're just positive alone, and the entire group around you is negative, you're going to end up being negative too. That's just a basic rule, and it's an undeniable truth. You know the thing that all the people always say, you're the sum of the five people around you, or you're like the outcome of the 5 people you're with. That's exactly the same way. It just works in bigger group of people. The problem is 90% of the world is negative. Like, I can probably even more than that, if I'm being honest. Like, there are more negative people than there are just common people against millionaires. It's just stupid to think that way, but you have to realize that there's basically like so little places in the entirety of the world where you can actually find a group of positive people. Like, just think about it for a second. Is there a time where you thought that this group is really positive? No, maybe there's a group of social people, there's a group of people talking about self-improvement and mindset, there's a group of people that are millionaires, there's a group of people that are young entrepreneurs and things like that, but there's not a group of people that are just positive. Like, I realized that, and I was like, why not create that group myself? Since, of course, I can't combine them in real life, it's basically impossible, I just thought to myself, why not combine them online? People throughout the entire world. People that are in the US, people that are in Egypt, people that are in China, all of those people can come together inside the group online, full of positive people, and they can finally find a group that fits them perfectly. I think this group is perfect for someone like you, a person who fully takes positivity and that mindset shift to positivity seriously. So, the link is in the description. I'll be waiting for you in there. Always remember to stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.